Good afternoon. It is about 4 p.m. on May the 21st, and I wanted to give a quick garden update tour because it's been a while since I've had a chance to do it, and a lot has changed since the last video, which has been almost a month ago. Been taking out the spring garden and putting in the summer garden, so I'm getting right into it. Right here I have a yellow straight neck, either a yellow zucchini or a yellow straight neck squash in there. Not sure if it'll do anything. It's getting a little late for squash. I have been growing and picking a lot of the Dwarf patty pan, yellow crookneck, green zucchini, yellow zucchini, and spaghetti squash. But it's getting to the point where it's getting a little late on me this year. So we're in zone 9, and I haven't been able to grow squash the whole 10 years I've lived in the zone. But this year I tried putting them in super early and planting them out in early February and covering them with row covers, and that seems to have been really good, coupled with the cooler fall that we had. So I just want to go over my flower bed. I've been working on it a lot. I got a shade border garden around my chicken yard and around my garden. So I just want to give you a quick look at what we got going on here. Got some red salvia, some coleus, planted the coleus from seed. I have some irises and some amaryllis, which are done blooming. Some blue balloon flower. It just did a big show, so it's got a lot of dead heads on it. That's a perennial. And some more red salvia from last year. Got some zinnias, some snow white pentas, some cannas. That one right there is a pink lemonade. It's just had a show. And amaryllis, red salvia. This is Cranberry Hibiscus, which is a totally edible medicinal hibiscus, and I put it in the leaves and flowers in my smoothies. And this is a variegated ginger, another tomato plant here with some petunias, and I have some more coleus, a red salvia that's not doing very good that I'm trying to baby right now to get it to come back. I have a yellow dwarf canna. Right next to it I have another yellow dwarf, and then I have this red tropical dwarf canna, and I've been having these since a couple years. This is a free fern that someone gave me, some monkey grass that I took dug up from in my yard from somewhere else that just came up. More cranberry hibiscus, ginger, another one of those pink lemonade, dwarf cannas, some more irises, some English ivy, and I have a bunch of caladium bulbs in this garden that I planted throughout the years, and so I got a lot of them coming. Boxwoods, perennial periwinkles that I have here, a red canna, and some mandavillas. A dwarf right here is a dwarf bottle brush, and then in these borders I just have some bromeliads, Queen's Tears growing, and then I have a forsythia that I just planted here, and a red tie bush, some aloe, more forsythias, more caladiums, ligustrum, another mandevilla. Not sure what that plant is called. Someone gave me a few of them. They're like a fern type landscaping. Just got this plant, and I don't remember what it is, but it's got these orange flowers on it. And then I have a gold mound that I've had for a few years that I'm trying to baby back. And then I have another variegated ginger, more caladiums, another boxwood that someone gave me several years ago, some Gaillardia. Not sure what this flower is. I just planted it earlier, so it's kind of wilting, but I planted it from seed with a mixture of flower seeds. And this is a purple, it's a green bush. It has a purple flower like this, and I'm not sure. It starts with a P and it's really long. I don't really know what it's called, but it's a really pretty bush I've had for a couple years. And everything's getting a late start, getting back into full bloom and back into life after the winter, because we had such a long cool fall that was, spring that was uncharacteristic for our area. So, Pentas, these are dwarf firecracker cannas. If I see another firecracker, I have some in my garden, I'll show you what the flower looks like. But those, I've had those for almost probably 8 years. I had them on my other property and I brought them over, and they just multiply every year. They're really beautiful. And not sure what this one's called. It's a like a succulent type desert flower. And here I have some lemongrass that's coming back. And in this one I have some impatiens, red impatiens, a white periwinkle, and a couple of other sweet williams that I've planted in there that I started from seed. White pentas, another forsythia bush, snow hibiscus. I'm not sure, I lost the tag on this, but this is a pink perennial that I bought a couple of not too long ago. This is a type of caladium down here. It's bright pink and green. It's actually in my containers on my porch, and we're redoing our porch, and that was started coming back from spring, so I just went ahead and planted it in the ground. Another red tie plant. I think it's called crocus. It's just a foliage tropical plant. And then the rest of these are the firecracker dwarf cannas. And then there is a another one of those boxwoods, and this one I'm training to be sort of like a topiary type arrangement. I'll show you some of my containers. So here is one of the containers that I did. It has zinnias, marigolds, and lavender. This one has a really pretty burgundy petunia with a orangish yellow throat with marigolds and more lavender. And this one's a mixture of that pink perennial I was showing you just a minute ago with some marigolds and some mini tunias and some more of those burgundy super tunias. Also has some lavender poked in there as well. And this is my lemon tree. We have our house taped up. We're painting it tomorrow and redoing a lot of projects around here. So this is my Meyer Lemon that I got for Mother's Day. It's pretty big, doesn't have any, just starting to get a few little buds on it. But it's got some mini tunias in the bottom. And in this one is a new yellow hibiscus that I bought just a few weeks ago, and I got it with some mini tunias and then some more of those burgundy super tunias. And then I forget what this one is called. I think it's a Gerber daisy or a Shasta daisy, but it's a really bright, pretty orange daisy flower that I got at Lowe's on the clearance rack. And then this is my red hibiscus that I've had. It's just not blooming right now. And then this is a Foxtel Fern that my husband's grandmother gave me whenever we moved into this house 6 years ago. And oh, I'm sorry, this one was actually another red hibiscus in that planter. This is my lemon tree right here. So this is just the Meyer Lemon with marigolds planted at the bottom. Not sure what this is. It's perennial flower. And then in here I have oregano that I've been growing for years. Another one of those desert flowers that I showed you that I have the orange one of. And then another one of those daisies. And then a red hibiscus with some marigolds. So that is some of my containers. Got a couple more containers that I can show you before we get into the garden. This is a fern that was in a container that I just swapped it out and then started watering it so it'll come back to life. I believe this is called plumbago. This is my red, white, and blue container for Memorial Day. It has some white periwinkles and red begonia. This is a giant elephant ear with some mini tunias and zinnias. And then here in my hardening off table, I have some Vidalia onion starts. I just planted some more Cherokee wax beans. I have some sunflower seeds that were started from a sunflower that my friend got at the farmer's market. And here are some of the crimson sweet watermelons. Just planted a bed of those. More of the Jimmy Nardellos that I still have everywhere. Couple more of the crimson watermelon. These are the jambalaya okra from Hoss Tools that have just started coming up. And then here's some spaghetti squash. These are the Burpee improved spaghetti squash that I've been growing in my garden. I wanted to try to start some more to see if I could do another round of them. I've gotten 4 off of the 4 to 6 plants that I had in there that I started earlier. These are some Eclipse patty pan squash from Hoss Tools that I'm trying to find a place for right now. Some dwarf curly kale. And then some tomato plants, which are the Wolverine and the Xanadu greens.